Hello children. We greet someone and ask, how are you? It means that we wish to know about their well-being or health condition. In the context of high importance to health, I am Bindu. Today going to explain a lesson. Why do we fall ill? Part 2 of Class 8 Biology. The word health is defined as a state of being well enough to function physically, mentally, and socially with optimum efficiency. The health of all organisms will depend on their surroundings or environment. Learning objectives. After the completion of this lesson, you will be able to know definition of health, infectious and non-infectious diseases, transmission of diseases, symptoms or manifestations of diseases, principles of treatment, principles of prevention. Keywords: health, disease, infective disease, non-infective disease, communicable disease, manifestation, immunization. Infectious and non-infectious causes. As we have seen, it is important to keep public health and community health factors in mind when we think about the causes of diseases. We can take that approach a little further. It is useful to think of the immediate causes of disease as belonging to two distinct types. One group of causes is infectious agents, mostly microbes or microorganisms. Diseases where microbes are the immediate causes are called infectious diseases. This is because the microbes can spread in the community and the diseases they cause will spread with them. Do all diseases spread to people coming in contact with a sick person? What are the diseases that are not spreading? How would a person develop those diseases that do not spread by contact with a sick person? On the other hand, some diseases are not caused by infectious agents. Their causes vary, but they are not external causes like microbes that can spread in the community. Instead, these are mostly internal, non-infectious causes. For example, some cancers are caused by genetic abnormalities. High blood pressure can be caused by excessive weight and lack of exercise. You think of many other diseases where the immediate causes will not be infectious. How diseases spread and how they can be treated and prevented at the community level would be different for different diseases. This would depend a lot on whether the immediate causes are infectious or non-infectious. Infectious diseases, infectious agents, we have seen that the entire diversity seen in the living world can be classified into a few groups. This classification is based on common characteristics between different organisms. Organisms that can cause disease are found in a wide range of such categories of classification. Some of them are viruses, some are bacteria, some are fungi, and some are single-celled animals or protozoans. Some diseases are also caused by multicellular organisms such as worms and insects of different kinds. Common examples of diseases caused by viruses are the common cold, influenza, dengue fever, and AIDS. Diseases like typhoid fever, cholera, tuberculosis, and anthrax are caused by bacteria. Many common skin infections are caused by different kinds of fungi. Microorganisms like protozoan cause diseases like malaria or plasmodium and kala azar or leishmania. All of us have also common across intestinal worm infections as well as diseases like elephantiasis caused by different species of worms. Why is it important that we think of these categories of infectious agents? The answer is that these categories are important factors in deciding what kind of treatment to use. Members of each one of these groups, viruses, bacteria, and so on, have many biological characteristics in common. All viruses, for example, live inside host cells, whereas bacteria very rarely do. Viruses, bacteria, and fungi multiply very quickly, while worms multiply very slowly in comparison. Taxonomically, all bacteria are closely related to each other than to viruses and vice versa. This means that many important life processes are similar in the bacteria group but are not shared with the virus group. As a result, drugs that block one of these life processes in one member of the group is likely to be effective against many other members of the group. But the same drug will not work against a microbe belonging to a different group. As an example, let us take antibiotics. They commonly block biochemical pathways important for bacteria. Many bacteria, for example, make a cell wall to protect themselves. The antibiotic penicillin blocks the bacterial processes that build the cell wall. As a result, the growing bacteria become unable to make cell walls and die easily. Human cells do not make a cell wall anyway. So, penicillin cannot have such an effect on us. Penicillin will have this effect on any bacteria that use such processes for making cell walls. Similarly, many antibiotics work against many species of bacteria rather than simply working against one. But viruses do not use these pathways at all. And that is the reason why antibiotics do not work against viral infections. If we have a common cold, taking antibiotics does not reduce the severity or the duration of the disease. However, if we also get a bacterial infection along with the viral cold than taking antibiotics will help. Even then, the antibiotics will work only against the bacterial part of the infection, not the viral infection. Means of spread. How do infectious diseases spread? Many microbial agents can commonly move from an affected person to someone else in a variety of ways. In other words, they can be communicated and so are also called communicable diseases. Such disease causing microbes can spread through the air. This occurs through the little droplets thrown out by an infected person who sneezes or coughs. Someone standing close by can breathe in these droplets, and the microbes get a chance to start the new infection. Examples of such diseases spread through the air are the common cold, pneumonia, and tuberculosis. We all have had the experience of sitting near someone suffering from a cold and catching it ourselves. The more crowded our living conditions are, the more likely it is that such airborne diseases will spread. Let's see the concept map on various infections transmitted by different means shown here.